I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Wednesday and welcome to our series Journey Through the Tarot. This week we are looking at the Five of Wands. And of course, as you can see, this is from the Housewives Tarot deck by Paul Keppel and Jude Buffum. So, our first impressions on this card. Our housewife looks just a trifle overwhelmed. We got a toaster, a blender, an iron. They're all floating around. The lady's brandishing feather dusters in both hands. She's got 3 more tucked into her belt. The image radiates a feeling of anxiety, a sense of running out of time, and a general descent into chaos in which the person ends up trying to do several things at once and ends up not doing any of those things particularly well. This also gives the impression that perhaps, poor planning was an issue, and that's what led to this mad dash to try to attend to all the chores at once. So if we look at our booklet, we find a couple of key words: competition, struggle, and inner strength. Now the description reads, growth and progress give way to inevitable conflict. The Five of Wands depicts a weary housewife besieged by household appliances. These domestic assailants seek to overwhelm her just when things were going her way. You may need to reach deep within yourself to discover what it is that makes you stand out. Which secret weapon will leave your competition in the dust? So now that we have that general sense of the card, let's think about what this could mean when it pops up in a reading. The first possibility I would look for is that it's an admonition to buckle down and just get to work. Chores don't just do themselves, and the longer they put off their work, the more it's going to pile up. And so your querent shouldn't be creating their own problems. They should make their to-do list and work at it until it's done, whether we're talking about the usual mundane chores of life or if we're referring to larger goals. In either case, they just need to get to it. The second possibility I would look for, and you would probably see some indication from this from other cards in the spread, is that your querent may be feeling quite overwhelmed and that maybe it's time for a new strategy. There could be a more efficient way for them to deal with things, and taking a systematic approach, focusing on the task at hand and not all the things that they distract themselves with, that is probably going to be very helpful to them. And it's going to help them focus on one thing at a time on their to-do list, and they need to deal with each task in turn instead of worrying about all of the tasks all at once. I mean, that's just too much for the brain to handle. Third possibility I would look for in a reading is that it's time for the querent to look within, that they are probably made of sterner stuff than what they imagine they are, and to just reassure them that obstacles are meant to be overcome, and while they still do battle and they still show up and they're still doing the work, they are not defeated. This is the time just to, show your grit, hang in there. Things are going to eventually turn around. It's just going to require a little bit of extra endurance and persistence. Yes, I think that's about it. So that's what I have to say about that card. I would love to hear about your impressions, either in the comments below, or you could come see us on Discord at Blackbird's Brew. There's a link to join us in the description box below, and we'd be very happy to have you there. So that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!